What is up, guys? Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the fantasy value of Blake Jarwin, a potential breakout tight end in 2020, taking a look at where we expect him to finish this year for fantasy. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one, and also check out our website at fantasyaddictionnetwork.com for a full list of our rankings, which will be updated all the way until the season starts. All right, looking at Blake Jarwin. Now, last year, not really much to say. Obviously, playing as the second tight end in the offense for Dallas with Jason Witten still there, only finishes the year with 31 receptions, 365 receiving yards, and 3 total touchdowns. Not really anything worth looking at. And obviously, with that consideration there, didn't really have any games that you were really starting him. He wasn't even really a streaming candidate. He had 2 games where he finished as a top 12 tight end, and that was pretty much it. So the reason why we're more excited about Blake Jarwin has less to do with his 2019 statistical output and more so with the fact that Jason Witten is now gone. Now, Jason Witten is vacating 83 targets in this offense. Now, granted, this was a year that Blake Jarwin still received a decent amount of targets himself. So with Blake Jarwin getting an extension, Jason Witten heading off to Las Vegas, there is a pretty hefty workload that is potentially heading Blake Jarwin's way. Now, a little bit of a derailment to his potential hype train happened when the Cowboys drafted CeeDee Lamb. So CeeDee Lamb is going to command a pretty hefty target share in that offense, along with Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup and Ezekiel Elliott. So Blake Jarwin is probably the number 5th option on passing plays, so that definitely is a bit of a bummer. It was going to be a lot more exciting to draft Blake Jarwin if he ended up being the number 4 option, but drafting CeeDee Lamb definitely put a bit of a dagger in his breakout train. But there's still some things to be excited about. Last year, although on a much more limited sample size, he ended up with 11.8 yards per catch, which was 12th best amongst tight ends, and 8.9 yards per target, which was number 6. Yards per pass route, 2.37, number 8. So ranking in the top 12 in all of these metrics is something that's a very positive sign for a potential breakout tight end. High production premium of 29.3, target premium of 10.7%, which was 8th best in the NFL. And Dak Prescott, when targeting Blake Jarwin, had a quarterback rating of 126.6, which is 5th best amongst tight ends. So again, limited sample size skews these numbers slightly, but it's still something to note. Very efficient overall, and with Jason Witten getting out of the way, there should definitely be some room for him to grow in this offense. If the breakout doesn't happen this year, it's most likely because this offense was too healthy and had too many different targets to dispersed between their wide receivers and Ezekiel Elliott that Blake Jarwin just wasn't able to make enough of a name for himself. But he definitely has pretty big upside if he takes a massive step forward in this offense, or for some reason one of the receivers goes down. He would step up right into that role and command a pretty decent target share. And you can get Blake Jarwin for basically free in drafts right now. He's going very near the last rounds, depending on how deep your league is. So it's worth a stash. Taking a few of these guys in this tier that could potentially break out. If he comes out week 1 and is heavily involved in this offense, it won't be that surprising. It's not like Mike McCarthy has a track record of using a tight end a lot either, so there's definitely some things going against him, but from a pure production profile and from a vacated targets with Jason Witten leaving, there's a lot to like here with Blake Jarwin. So where we have him projected right now, this is probably closer to his floor. We have him at 54 receptions, 581 receiving yards, and 5 total touchdowns. That would give him 143 fantasy points, putting him up there as like a high-end tight end too. But again, it definitely gives you a lot of upside and could very easily outperform this if a few things go his direction. So considering the price you have to pay for him, I like Blake Jarwin as a potential breakout this year. Not calling it quite yet. I think it might take Amari Cooper leaving this offense for Blake Jarwin to get a little bit more of a prominent role. But even as Jason Witten was there, Dak Prescott targeted him heavily. So if they switch over and basically just turn the entire role that Jason Witten played and give it to Blake Jarwin, you're getting a tremendous value of a tight end that you can start most weeks, especially in favorable matchups, for basically free. So really like Blake Jarwin for that reason. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, though, and let me know if there's anyone else on Dallas you want me to take a look at. We'll probably jump back and do a video on Michael Gallup and possibly CeeDee Lamb at some point as well. Just getting through a lot of the main guys in each of these offenses right now, so we'll jump back to them. But hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you.